We're out here in Essex today with Arsenal legend, invincible, Mr. Ray Parlour. Ray, how are you?
How are you, pal?
Good,
really
thanks. Good. Yeah. You busy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Monday morning. My only thing I do on a Monday morning is go and get my car from the pub. So I run down there this morning, which is always good because it gets the weekend out of you, and you're ready to go for another week. But I'm glad the old weather's getting better as well because I'm missing the old golf.
Yeah.
So golf is booked for Wednesday.
Right.
So we're back on the course.
Let's hope the snow doesn't continue too much then.
Well,
be out there anyway.
A bit of snow don't hurt you.
You'll be fine. All right, well, we better get down to business, I suppose. Arsenal yesterday, obviously a disappointing result, third defeat in a row. Lots of chances that on XG they won the match, but just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Where do you think, where's the confidence gone? Because when they played Liverpool away, they looked sharp, they should have won that one, and now it's 3 defeats on the spin.
This is what football does for you. You know, you get spells in seasons. Suddenly you get a couple of bad defeats. We had it in our teams, and we end up being successful. We always had it in November, where we had a really bad November, and we had to really regroup and all get together again and go again. So this little break might have come at a good time after that defeat. I think they're going to go away for warm weather training, train hard, trying to get a few more players fit, Partey, Zinchenko, Vieira, and people like that, and then go again. But this little break. It's all about having meetings and getting with each other and saying, look, come on, there's still a long way to go in this season.
That's it. Let's
not throw it away now. We've had a decent start. We know we've had a couple of bad results, West Ham, Fulham and Liverpool, but there's still a long way to go. And let's regroup, try and get that next win and go again.
I know Mikel Arteta after the game yesterday said he's sceptical as to whether Arsenal will spend any money in the transfer window, but I have read this morning that Amadou Onana from Everton is being heavily linked with Arsenal. He's like a holding midfielder, quite dynamic. 60 million, I think they're talking about. Is that a kind of signing that you could see Arsenal pulling off?
Well, I think Partey is the big question because it looks like he's going to be on his way. So you need to replace him, which is, when he's in that team, he's a decent player in that central midfield area. So I think they're looking for the future there. Maybe he moves on this window. We don't know. Partey's been linked with Saudi Arabia and places like that. So you always got to look at replacement in there. The squad is so important now because of the games you play, Champions League now, and you want to be competing in that every single season, Arsenal. So anybody's available. And I know Everton probably need a bit of money as well to come in.
True.
So that's where Arsenal might be a little bit cheeky and say to him, we give you this for him, and take it or leave it, sort of thing, and see what Everton say. But obviously, the dying out for a striker. But the problem is at this time of the year, who's available?
Well, this is it. This is what I was going to come on to. Yeah, I mean, Everton do drive a hard bargain. I think we've maybe spoken to them about Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the past, but we spoke there about Ivan Toney at Brentford. He's a man. There's not many strikers around, are there? World-class strikers. He's someone who potentially could solve Arsenal's problems, but have they got the money?
Well, the problem is that these clubs are in dangerous territory themselves. Everton down the bottom of the table, they had that 10 points deduction. Brentford are sitting fourth or fifth from bottom, so they're struggling. So to lose your best striker, it puts him in a real problem with the fans as well, because they want to stay in the Premier League next year, and other teams are going to be competing against them. And look what it's worth if you get relegated. It could be 130 million for the club itself. So to keep a player for another 6 months, make sure you stay in the Premier League. Then you can go out and say, right, okay, he's for sale now, but we got time to replace him as well. See, if I was chairman of Brentford and Bournemouth with Solanke, with Calvert-Lewin, I'll be saying, look, if you really want to move on, you do it in the summer. Keep us in the Premier League first, and then you can move on in the summer. This
is it. Do you see Arsenal trying to cash in on Eddie Nketiah, or do you think there's no chance of that?
I don't think that would happen. No, I do believe you need 2 or 3, 4 strikers sometimes. I mean, I played in some really good teams: Henri, Bergkamp, Carnu, Wiltord. We even had Francis Jeffers at one stage. So
Davor Suker as well.
Yeah, Davor Suker. So you've got to have that nucleus of strikers because up front you can rotate, you can mix it up a little bit. I never like to muck about with the defence too much. I always like a settled defence, but forward line you can tinker with it a little bit. So you do need options. So I don't think Eddie will go at this stage, but who knows in the summer? Eddie might want to start playing on a regular basis, and if he makes that decision, I'm sure Mikel Arteta won't stand in his way. But if we can keep him and bring a striker in, it does give that little bit of competition up front still.